Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. It's a lot of work, as always. People like to say, New Atlantis is the safest city in the settled systems. How hard could your job be? Well, safety doesn't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people. Yep, something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Men like him aren't very generous with their time. They want you to solve a case without ever having to lift a finger themselves. Not that he'd be much of a witness, given that he was still half drunk when he got here and somehow even more so when he left. Sorry, wrong word. Rich people don't get drunk, they get inebriated, which is another way of saying highly unreliable. Good. Report back here when the matter's resolved. According to the patron, the ring is valuable, but if I had to guess, not for sentimental reasons. Normally, when someone loses a valuable keepsake, they're heartbroken. The way this guy was acting, it's almost as if he lost a wallet full of creds. A restaurant over in the residential district caters to a very fancy clientele. It's the kind of place where forks come in different sizes, depending on the food. Let me know if you have any questions.
New Atlantis sure is shiny.
Signature dishes are unique to yours. You won't find anything like them anywhere else. There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. One taste, and I'm sure you'll agree. The Dawn's Roost represents the highest quality, from the ingredients to the decor. No expense is spared. Anyone who has sampled our offerings will assure you it is all worth it.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent tipper, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered. I wasn't witness to any theft. And both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly. Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner, with all the traditional accoutrements. Music, candles, wine. You see where I'm going with this. But this time the two had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone got hurt. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC Security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon, but I would start there.
My pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks. Thanks for choosing Chunks. Which chunks would you like today? I don't know. Smaller chunks? Great. What can I get for you?
significant data breach in GalBank's new Atlantis office. GalBank representatives would neither confirm or deny these rumors. SSNN recommends that all GalBank customers change their login credentials and monitor their bank accounts for suspicious activity.
Oh, I can't believe that Octavio, that liar, that manipulator, that... That lying, cheating, foul piece of Dawn Glider dropping. If I had my way, I'd tie him to the back of a ship and jump it right into the nearest star. 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter. Not just dating, betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last, before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! No, there are some things in life that cannot be repaired. Cheating is his way of saying, I don't love you. And without love, what's the point? He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. Is that what the law says? To be honest, I am not sure. True, I don't want to go to prison. I've heard stories and they rarely end well. Fine! I may be extremely agitated, but I want no part of a UC prison. Here. As soon as my assistant finishes packing my things, I'm taking the first tram to the spaceport.
After an hour of whining, they're finally out here.
They're just sitting on the grass. They should be playing.
Do you want to go another 3 rounds with them?
There's slides, like right there.
At least they're outside. They're not even teenagers yet. They're so doomed.
At least they're not fighting.
I remember doing the same damn thing with my parents.
We save so much money to buy a place here for the green space in the parks, and the kids never use them.
There's no one to play with.
I was right in the middle of a game when they marched me out here.
what's the point?
Of what?
This? Is it some sort of art? A Zen garden? What?
It's a communal art installation. It's supposed to look nice.
I guess. But I'm just saying, you could have a whole bat-ball field or some food stands. Something useful.
It's always something with you. Art is the soul of civilization. I think I saw that on a tarot card.
I really wonder what actual meat tastes like. How do we know cinnamon meat is even...
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security officer. Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has been returned. You acquitted yourself well again. I dare say you might have a knack for police work. Here, take this. It's well deserved.